Boker Tov, good morning. We continue with our 3-minute daily dose of Torah with the 5th Mishnah in the first chapter, Pirkei Avot. Yosef ben Yochanan, Ish Yerushalayim. And this is what he said. The first two parts of the Mishnah are simple and easy for us to access. The latter part is much more complicated. Yehivetcha patuach l'ravacha. Your home should be open wide, right? Wide open, a generous home. Everyone's coming in. What a beautiful kind of home. You imagine that kind of world in which, and that the period of time when our doors were wide open, people just walked in. Hopefully they knocked, but they knew they could always come in. And let the poor be part of your house, right? Not that they're locked out and you make sure you give your tzedakah over there, but you are ready to invite the poor into your home. Complicated, especially, yes, it's complicated. I'll leave it there. It's not so simple. If you're dealing with homeless people, you're always dealing with multiple layers of challenge, not simply just people who are poor, but other things and complicated how you bring them into your home. Not simple, but so it is. You should be thinking about other folks. You should make sure that they feel the honor of being part of your home. Here's the latter part, and don't have lots of conversation with the woman. Whether it might be actually referring to one's wife. This was said of one's own wife, all the more so with somebody else's wife. From here the sages said, as long as a person is having lengthy conversations with a woman, he causes evil to himself and he stops learning Torah, and in the end he will inherit Gehenna. Wow. Very hard, not simple. So some commentaries point out, quoting Chazal, that this is talking about when a man and a woman are actually forbidden to one another, that period of time of the month, and that you shouldn't just become too cozy because you're not going to have control over yourself, perhaps. And so those general sweet conversations could lead more. So I don't know. I mean, you shouldn't, not just intimate conversation, but sort of the closeness of a relationship. That's hard. And is that what they mean here or not? Not all the commentaries agree. I'll just read to you what Rabbi Yitzhak Greenberg has to say about this paragraph. Do not talk excessively with a woman in a society where men and women were socially isolated from each other and women were often segregated in their own homes. Excessive socializing and talk between men and women could lead to improper thoughts and actions. This passage is a reminder of the extraordinary entrance of women into contemporary society and their rise to the dignity of public activity in the past century. It is not that there are no sexual and relational moral risks to the increased interaction between men and women, but the religious emphasis has shifted to women acting and leading in the public sphere as full participants rather than women staying home to preserve their modesty as well as that of the men. In other words, nowadays, self-control in each other's presence rather than social segregating is the key to upholding morality and modesty. As our other norms have changed, this he seemed to argue it also changes, but not that the concerns don't remain about how we make sure that we are proper with one another, even with our wives, and certainly with wives and husbands, right? And certainly with those who are married to others. That's how it's put out here. And so just the reminders always have to be in place. That's the teaching of this complicated Mishnah, and as Rabbi Greenberg chooses to interpret it. Have a great day.